£10 million worth of damage. Just ahead of us on the right, Prince Henry's Room. Now this gives us an idea of what some of the better buildings looked like before the fire. £10 million worth of damage. In those days, the annual income of the whole of London was £12,000. I thought they could never rebuild. Of course they did, but never again of wood and thatch.
The man who they assigned him the task of, you know, building.
Sir Christopher Wren.
Yeah.
We're going to see his masterpiece shortly.
Yeah.
Now the oldest two-faced clock in the world here. To your left and up. This large golden clock. Here it is, to your left and up. 1640 on your left now. And when they made that clock, they called it the politician's clock, because it was two-faced. Things haven't changed much, have they? They didn't trust the politicians then. Now Sir Christopher Wren, the genius, he rebuilt 51 of the 90 churches destroyed in the fire, and 23 are still around. And there's his masterpiece straight ahead of us, St Paul's Cathedral, our next stop. Here's one of the oldest pubs in London, the old Cheshire Cheese, on your left here. The original burnt down in the fire, 1666. This one was built a year later, 1667. Now Dr. Johnson, who compiled the first English dictionary, he lived at the back of this church, which is probably why the first English dictionary took so long. Nice pub, that is. St Paul's is 365 feet tall. Up until the Second World War, it was still the tallest building in London. It took 35 years to complete because they kept running out of money. So they would borrow the money from Westminster Abbey, which is the church of St Peter, to pay for the church of St Paul. They borrowed from Peter to pay Paul, and this is where it comes from, building St Paul's Cathedral. An incredible man, Sir Christopher Wren. He started off in medicine. He was a mathematician, a scientist, astronomer. He built a great observatory on the top of St Paul's Cathedral. He also lived to the age of 91. Pretty good going for 300 years ago. When you think that this